A good chodesh Sivan. The Svarim HaKadoshim say that the mazel of Sivan, which is Ta'oimim, twins, represents a time of Achdus. That's already one aspect that we could focus on today. As I said, every day, specifically now, from Rosh Chodesh all the way into Matan Torah, whatever happened then historically 3,328 years ago can be re-experienced today. Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach, just to show you an example, when he would start speaking about Shavuos, he started with a halacha. The halacha is in Taf Samech Ches. It says that a person should not let out blood on Erev Yom Tov. So why did Rav Shlomo Zalman Auerbach, the Pesach Ador, amazing Gadol Ador, someone that Taka had such obviously saw, so why did he start with this halacha? So he explained this point. He said that, where does this come from that you're not supposed to let out blood, which is an old custom, was an old actual medical procedure that was believed to be very healthy. So the halacha is actually based on Erev Shavuos. Erev Shavuos you're not supposed to let out blood. Because Erev Shavuos you're not allowed to, so therefore every Erev Yom Tov you're not allowed to. Why are you not allowed to let out blood Erev Shavuos? So that's based on the Gemara in Kuf Chavtes and Shabbos. The Gemara says that by Matan Torah there was a shade, there was a demon that was instructed that if Klal Yisrael don't accept the Torah, this demon, this shade could destroy Klal Yisrael. And this demon affects a person when he lets out blood. So since every Sotov Shlomo Zalman Auerbach, this is not just history. This is halacha put down in the Ramah. Every Erev Yom Tov we're supposed to think about this halacha. Specifically, that on Erev Shavuos, you're not supposed to let out blood, and because of that, every Erev Yom Tov, you're not supposed to let out blood. And it's all because that shade is still here. If Klal Yisrael are not going to accept the Torah, then that shade, Chas v'Shalom, could destroy Klal Yisrael. So here's the amazing thing. So you could say something, I said this over yesterday in Shul. How applicable is it, other than the machshava? I didn't think it's going to be so applicable. So someone came to me after davening and said, my cousin's coming over to us, and he just made an appointment with a doctor, and he figured, what's the best time to make a checkup, where they take out blood and they check the blood. He made it Erev Yom Tov. So he asked me if it's okay. So I told him, B'svara, I said that letting out blood used to be when your mamish take out a lot of blood, like sometimes a person donates blood. Donating blood, taka, is both beferish, you shouldn't do. A little checkup, I said, Mistama, that's not a problem. And Baruch Hashem, Hashem Heir Eignai, I found the Rivvas Ephraim Greenblatt, Zichrono Livracha, was also a fascinating person. He wrote a sefer in Kiruv. He lived in Memphis. He was a Talmud of Moshe Feinstein, Zichrono Livracha. The Hitaka writes, he says the little checkup is okay. But here's an amazing example of something halachic that really is not just history, it's reliving it. And I wanted to add one aspect. Perhaps the reason why letting out blood on Erev Shavuos, the whole concept of the shade and Matan Torah, is because of the following. Blood represents the nefesh. It represents chiyus. It represents the vitality of Klal Yisrael, of every human being. How real are we when we say Kihem Chayenu ve'Oirech Yameinu? When it comes to Matan Torah, especially now on Rosh Chodesh Stephen, to think that we really live with the idea that without Torah we don't have Chaim. Without Torah, like the Nefesh HaChaim brings down from the Zohar HaKadosh, it's called the Ilona Dechai, it's a tree of life. We don't have life. And this is physically and spiritually. Physically, Chazal say the world won't survive for a second if there's no learning. But more on a personal level, really to have meaningful life without Torah and without living and learning Torah the way we're describing it, that this is my life. And without it, and life means to learn Torah. It's amazing. We're going to speak more about this. There's a king that was discovered not so long ago. That's a king over 357 countries. We'll speak more fascinating story. His name is King Hai. He's the king of Togo in Nigeria. So he was speaking of Chaim Kanievsky, made a bracha on him. There's a lot to speak about him. But he said in a speech in Eretz Yisrael, he said, you guys, learn Torah. This is unbelievable. You have to hear it from him. He says you should learn, but mean it. It should be internalized. It should be real. He says we only have a few books. Most of us is tradition. You have Sfarim, you have books. Every yeshiva is filled. Make it real. Halva, we should be zeicha, good chodesh.